Good morning on Monday, guys. So I am sitting at my desk and prepping for the week, getting some blog posts done, starting my Christmas research, which is crazy that Christmas is almost in like 2 months. So yeah, I am not quite sure what my videos are gonna look like these days. We're just gonna go with the flow. So I am sitting down and I think I'll maybe vlog bits and pieces the next few days, but I wanted to share this podcast that I listened to this morning. And for any of the handful of gentlemen that watch this, well, this is totally something you should listen to as well, but for my ladies, you'll definitely enjoy it. And it's by Full Coverage, and it's the interview with Caroline Hyren. So we all know that I love some Caroline. But one of my goals currently is to be more active. Now, I'm not saying like that I'm working out like constantly working out. It's just to be like a generally more active person throughout my day, so that when I'm not feeling like doing a hard gym session or, you know, whatever, that I'm just moving and keeping myself active. And so this morning, and it's a habit I'm trying to build, that I went for a walk. That's my goal, is to kind of make my mornings back to where they were, and that I do my quiet time. I drink my lemon and ginger water. Sorry, my nose is sniffly. And I go for a walk, and I like to try to pick a podcast to listen to while I'm walking. I feel like it's super important as a human being in general, when you're like giving out and giving to other people, that you make sure that you pour back into yourself so you have something to give. So I will link that podcast in the description box below, but I would definitely check it out. And if you're wondering, the book that I'm currently going through is called Uninvited. I'll do a full review on it once I finish, but so far it's been interesting. I'm only like 2 chapters in, because my book that I was going to read isn't in yet. So yeah, I'm getting some work done. I'm organizing my week and my little bullet journal. I've done a whole thing on bullet journals on the blog. If you haven't seen that, I'll link that below, on why I love mine. And yeah, so I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep this one and like just keep using it until I run out of space, because I feel like I'm not going to use it all by the end of the year, but I don't know if I want to start with a fresh one for the beginning of next year. I haven't quite decided on that yet. If you have a bullet journal and you've like used it for a while, can you tell me what you did? Because I'm kind of curious. I love my journal. I love the concept of it. It's really great at keeping my ideas in one place. I just don't want to be wasteful with it. But I also kind of like the idea of starting from scratch for next year. So we'll think on that. And I also have painted my nails this morning. Everybody's favorite bubble bath color. I really don't know why I'm rocking it, but it's nice if you don't want to have to worry about anything looking super chipped. It's like a obviously very pale pink. It just, for me, my skin is quite fair, so it just really looks like a nicer version of my nails. But this is, if you ever go in and want like a standard just like light pink, this is probably what they're going to give you on its bubble bath by OPI. So yeah, that is my morning. I had my smoothie. I'm drinking some iced coffee, and I also, in my health kit, downloaded this app called My Water. I'm really slow on the water today, but it prompts me and I can use it with my watch. I'm trying to be just like generally the problem areas that I see, trying to up them. So drinking more water is one of those, just prompting myself and having something that I'm like keeping myself a little more accountable with it, and then being more active. So yeah, that is the current state of life. I don't know what I'm gonna eat today. I know I've got a bunch of work I need to knock out, some organizing to do, some catching up to do. Mom's birthday's on Wednesday, so I want to try to be like free for that full day so I can do whatever she wants to do for the day. And yeah, that is where we are at on Monday. I hope your day is starting wonderfully. You'll probably see this on Sunday, so I hope that your week was good and that you are enjoying being cozy and maybe sipping some tea or some coffee and watching this video. So I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Alright guys, so I am making lunch, and I thought I'd show you what I'm making. It's actually late. It's taken me a while to be hungry today. So this in a little pot, and I sauteed 3 garlic cloves and then a leek in the bottom until they were like soft-ish. And then I always heat up a kettle of water and to put with my vegetable broth cube, and then I poured that in with my cube and some of this chickpea miso. We're steaming. If you're not into soy, that's a great alternative. And then I added in 1 carrot. I added in half of an orange pepper. There you go, half of an orange pepper. And I spiralized the zucchini. So I guess I'm hungry enough that I can't really figure out what I'm doing. I'm feeling super, I guess maybe overwhelmed, a little anxious today. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I think there's a lot going on in my life right now that's just making me feel that way, and I have some kind of idea. So now it's just a matter of stirring this while I talk to you and figuring out what are my options to fix things. But yeah, I'm making lunch. I'm gonna add the zucchini in, and then I'll probably put some spinach in this. This is a giant pot, which means I'll probably have a bowl, and then the other half will go and whatever mom takes for dinner tonight. And my hair is all kinds of frizzy. And then I'm also gonna add in some leftover tuna from last night. If you're vegan, you could do like chickpeas or any other kind of like protein that you really wanted to do in here. This is literally my use up meal. So like I put in these little, one of these little vegetable broth guys. I'm about to flip on my face. Just a bouillon, and then I put in the miso, and I also added in some coconut aminos, and I just kind of adjust it to taste as salty as I want it to, and then whatever I have on hand I throw in. So it's a really easy meal. It's not like super definitive. Like, you don't have to be like, this is what I'm making, this is the only thing that I'm making. You can kind of adapt it based on what you have on hand. I know I always have carrots, I have some peppers roaming in the fridge, and I normally always have a zucchini, but if I didn't have zucchini in there, I would be using, let me see if I can dig it out for you. I'd use some of these. I mentioned them in my favorites a few months back. They're soy-free and gluten-free, and I think they're a root-based vegetable, but they're kind of like a noodle alternative. So, but yeah, that is my lunch and my update. I'm getting kind of hungry. I don't think I realized how hungry I was getting, but I'm gonna do that. And then I was taking a break because my wrist was kind of hurting a little bit. So I was doing some reading and some watching a couple of videos and catching up on other people's stuff. Because I was typing a ton this morning and writing, so I knocked out a few blog posts, and now I just have to get the photos for everything. But I'm going to eat, and then I don't know when I'll check back in, but maybe tonight I'll show you my current skincare routine. We'll see. Okay, so I ate my little meal that I showed you, and then I also, it was like, what, maybe 4 o'clock, and then it's been 2 or so hours, and I just had a apple with some almond butter. No, peanut butter. Crunchy peanut butter. So I am in my room. I'm lighting this candle that I showed you guys as my favorites. It is a pumpkin clove one, I believe, and it is currently my favorite fall candle. It's like the only one I've been burning, actually. I'm gonna do a post on like all of my favorite pumpkin-y kind of things that aren't food, because most of those pumpkin-y kind of things that are food have cinnamon, and we all know I'm not on the cinnamon train. So I'm going to do a little cleanup of this bedroom. My bag is still packed from when I thought I was going to be traveling, and I haven't unpacked it because it's packed for like much warmer weather than here. And then I did a bunch of laundry. You can see that right there. So my room's not like awful, but it could be better. And I'm just in one of those moods where when I feel like I'm a little more overwhelmed and things are a little bit crazier, like when I can visually see that I'm accomplishing things, I feel better. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but sometimes I just need to like be able to see that like something is moving forward if I'm like in a phase where things aren't moving like I want them to be. So I'm going to tidy up my room. I have been, and I wanted to mention this, in the vlog before this you would have seen my book haul, and so Plant Paradox is one of the books, and I started reading that, and so far I find it really interesting. I think that I hate to be one of those people that's like, there's 2 billion diets out there and I'm gonna try this and that and this and one of the millions of them. I don't like to be a fad diet kind of gal. Kendall and I were talking about that earlier today. How so many people, if you're truly into a diet, if it's like a lifestyle for you, how you're more likely to accommodate yourself if you go somewhere, rather than if it's like a fad diet. Sometimes those people tend to get more angry if they aren't being accommodated. So it's the difference between learning to accommodate yourself and expecting everybody else to accommodate you. But yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. But anyways, this book is, I think it's gonna kind of line up with what I need a little bit more in terms of healing my teeth, because like that's really like the goal right now. So that's like the #1 project. Everything else is a nice little like side thing, and yeah, I want to heal my hormonal acne and I want to get in the shape that I want to be in, but first and foremost I want to heal my teeth. That's like priority right now. They look really white here, so once I kind of get more along the lines of that and I can see the progress enough to tell you, I will walk you through everything that I'm doing. And I know that it's not very common that people are like, yeah, I changed my diet to heal my teeth, but I changed my diet to heal my teeth. So I'm going to tackle this mess of a room and I'm going to enjoy my pumpkin candle. And it's actually like, I won't say it's cold out because it's Florida and we don't really do cold, come on now. But it's chilly enough that I might have a bath tonight with a glass of kombucha and some blackberries in the bottom, because that is my current go-to. So if you aren't a big alcohol drinker, or you want something to replace like your nightly glass of wine that's less sugary, I would recommend that little combo, because it's definitely not nearly as much sugar. It's going to be way better for your gut health. And yeah, I don't know the caffeine levels on it, but I do know that like the way that kombucha is made is essentially feeding off of sugar and like a tea kind of base. So depending on the type that you have, I don't know the caffeine levels. So if you're like super sensitive to that, be aware. But yeah, I am going to continue on my little journey. If I can find somewhere to set you, I will show you my little like time lapse of me cleaning, and then we can look at how fabulous it is together at the end. I have so much. It's not all that bad. It really isn't. It's just, I'm a pile person. Anybody else a pile person? I'm a pile person. So like, I have piles of books over here. I have piles of books and travel stuff over here. I have, well, this area never really ends up with like a pretty situation because I just have so many hair products back there. And I haven't found one of those things to like put everything in, so then you just end up with a lot of hair products. And yeah, I have random stuff on my bedside table back there. So yeah, I have piles. So let me see if I can find you a little home. And I'm gonna put some Spotify on. I have been listening to actually the originals. There are people, wonderful, wonderful people in the world who keep up to date with like TV show soundtracks, and they'll like add all the songs every week. Sometimes it's like networks and they'll have somebody who does that, but sometimes there are people who are just fabulous at it and they just keep it up. So I like the music on that show a lot, so that is the playlist that I have been vibing to, especially because I'm really into like an instrumental vibe right now. So yeah, that is where we're at. I will find you a home and then we will time lapse this fun.
Say the word, say the word. Say the word, goodbye. Say the word and we can run around the earth and around the sun. Say the word and we can stay. Forget about that better place. And I know you're healing, 'cause I know the feeling. The streets stop.
And this is the final-ish project. It's not like super fancy everywhere. It's just a little more clean than it was before. So yeah, I am running my bath now and I'm gonna do that, and this will probably be the last time I check in today. And I will either vlog all day tomorrow or in the vlog in the morning. We shall see. Hopefully my goal is to put makeup on tomorrow. I think I just need to like feel a little bit more like myself and put a face of some fun on. But yeah, time to get some kombucha and take a bath. So good night for now. Hi guys, so I'm just editing this vlog for Sunday and I realized that I didn't actually end it. So I was filming for a couple of days and I couldn't really decide where I wanted to break it up, but I decided that I was just gonna do one day for you guys. I don't want to do crazy long vlogs unless there's tons of interesting things going on, and that was just, we just had a chill day at home on Monday. So if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, please click that button and make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it really shows my channel lots of love and support. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here. You matter to me, and I will see you all in my video on Wednesday. Oh, and P.S. if you haven't checked it out yet, I have a new post on the blog today. I will leave a link in the description box below. Go check that out. I'll see you then. Bye, guys.